Jack 102.3 News.
Hey, it's Meghan. Here's what's making news this morning. Ottawa has agreed to set a $100 million annual cap on payments Google will be required to make to media companies after the Online News Act takes effect in the new year. The Online News Act compels tech giants to enter into compensation agreements with news publishers for content that generates revenue for companies such as Google by appearing on its sites. Broadcasters in French language and Indigenous news organizations would also join newspapers in being eligible for the deals. The Middlesex London Health Unit is closing the COVID-19 mass vaccination clinic at the Western Fair District next month. Since opening at the Agriplex in December of 2020, the Western Fair Clinic has administered 235,407 doses of COVID-19 vaccines. The final day of operation is December 16th, but you will be able to make appointments right up to that date. After the 16th, appointments for COVID vaccines can be made at pharmacies through the provincial booking portal or with your healthcare provider. And starting today, Colborne Street will be closed between Hill and South Street for private construction work. A signed detour is in place, but you can use Maitland or Waterloo Street to get around the closure. Sidewalk restrictions mean pedestrians should also take the detour, as should cyclists, because bike lanes on Colborne will be affected. The road is expected to reopen next Thursday. In sports, in the NHL, the Montreal Canadiens defeated the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-2 for their third road win in 4 games. In the NBA, the Toronto Raptors upset the Phoenix Suns 112-105, ending the Suns' 7-game win streak. And 3 players will make their debut with the Canadian senior women's hockey team when the 5th installment of the rivalry series continues in December with 2 games here in Ontario. Hockey Canada has included forwards Jennifer Gardner and Anne Sierkowski and defender Nicole Gosling on its roster for 1 game against the United States on December 14th in Kitchener. Jack weather, sunshine today and a high of 7. Wind chill -7 though this morning. Tonight there is a chance of showers. Will drop to about 3. And tomorrow cloudy, chance of showers in the morning, then periods of rain beginning later on with the high of 4. Currently it's -3.
Jack News for Art Cal Graphics. At Print is now located at Art Cal Graphics on Industrial Road.
Jack 102.3, Stax, Meghan, and Loop. There's Red Hot Chili Peppers and Under the Bridge. Happy Thursday morning. The week is just whistling by. Oh, whistle runes.
That's right.
-2 right now. What are we going up to? 7?
7.
7. High 7 today. So you know how AI is everywhere?
Yeah.
Like everywhere. Like doesn't matter what you do now. Like all the industries are kind of employing AI. I went to my doctor yesterday, and he the nurse came in ahead of the doctor and said, "Oh, by the way, the doctor's using a new technology today. Just want to make sure you're okay with it. Like records your conversation." Anyway, so it's just what doctors are using for like keeping the notes and stuff like that.
Does it like translate the conversation into like the computer or something?
Yeah, he opened it up on his phone, and he had this app. So then he just set the phone down on the desk in the the checkout room or whatever you call it, and then he just started talking, and then it kind of like, I don't know, the smart intelligence of the technology ends up like filtering out all the extra stuff that it doesn't need, and it kind of gives him a concise set of notes about what we talked about.
Well, that is really cool.
And it opens up his day so that he can see maybe a few more patients, because he's not having to
write notes and
transcribe all those notes by hand.
I think that's really efficient. I'm just worried that potentially if the technology isn't good enough, or it like glitches and then it forgets like a main piece of like why you were there and then it's not on your records anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's perfect. He even said to me, like, I don't know if I'm sold on this yet. I'm just trying it out.
Yeah.
But he even had like a bit of a coughing spell too in the middle of it. I guess swallowed some water or something like that. And he goes, the good thing about this program is it's able to pick up even like when I can barely speak.
Yeah.
Like it's able to recognize like still what words are coming out even in the middle of a coughing jab.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty cool.
That is really cool technology.
I was terrified of when like he's replaced and it's like one of those AI Boston Dynamics dogs that comes in that wants to do a probing.
It just sniffs you.
Figures out your ailments are there.
That's where I fear this is going. I'm terrified of those AI robotic dogs, man. Thank you, Black Mirror. Jack 102.3 with Stax, Meghan, and Loop. What's going on? It's 6:23. Why don't you ask that question you just asked us off air, Loop?
Is herpes still a thing?
And why do you ask that?
Because I read this article that on Family Feud when Richard Dawson used to host it back in the day.
Yeah.
People would have to check or get tested for herpes before they come on the show because he'd kiss all the contestants. And but then
I remember he used to do that.
I know, it was such a weird
He
thing
was
back
such
then.
a lech.
But then I was thinking, God, I haven't heard the phrase herpes in a long time. And I
The
was
phrase.
like
like the popular phrase herpes, like, where's the beef? My God.
You haven't heard
phrase.
Like, I just haven't heard it being thrown around a lot. So I was like, is it still like a thing? Like, or did they create something that like a vaccine that got rid of it or something?
No.
Like, oh.
You haven't heard of herpes because you're married.
What world is he living in
I
right
know.
now?
Well, why
is it
I
still
don't
a
run
thing?
in- I don't run in-
It's like you're asking about like whatever happened to Yakov Smirnov, like something that used to be around.
I just don't run in circles that herpes comes up a lot. That's
Oh my
all.
God.
I just
Whatever happened to the
herpes
cast of
circles.
Mr. Belvedere?
Herpes affects
is
half the
herpes still a
population.
thing?
Oh.
Literally, it affects a lot of people. And it's not a curable thing. That's why... did you take sex ed? That's why they
Yeah, but
say.
that's the
why
last
they
time I
say that
heard
you're
of it.
supposed to be open and honest about your previous experiences to have your future partner make the decision for themselves because they could run the risk. Or you're also supposed to get tested every time you have a new partner, which is why you don't get it, because you've been married for so long. So I understand. And it's really nothing that you have to worry about. But it's huge.
Okay, I just hadn't heard it. Like the phrase, I haven't heard the phrase.
Sex
or whatever
education with Megan Spock.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
I
you.
love that he has to be educated, though.
Yeah.
Well, I know what it is. I just I haven't heard that word in so long. I just thought I associate it with the 80s or something. Like I don't. It's like
Yeah,
a hickey.
sure.
Like it's a
Like
sort
a
of,
hickey. And they get rid of those too.
Yeah.
Coming,
Hickey and herpes are not the same thing
Coming
at
up
all.
I just said I just haven't heard it in a long time.
coming up next, we're going to talk about mono and cholera.
Mono, I haven't heard that in a while either.
Hey, this is Jack, 102.3, Stax, Megan, and Loop. Happy Thursday morning. -2 right now. We're going to go up to +7, which will be pretty sweet.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
I like warmth.
That's all I got. Going to +7 today. We're here, 519-690-1023. You can text in at 21023 as well. We love it when you're a part of the show. Anyone planning a trip over Christmas? Over the holidays? Anyone flying anywhere? Experts have come out and said the worst day to fly
What is it?
during the holidays is pretty much any time in December.
Oh.
No, the worst travel days are December 21st and Friday, December 22nd.
Yeah, that checks out.
And then if you want to come home on the 28th and the 29th after like a week away, those days are going to be busy as well.
That's
So
what
the 21st, the 22nd, the 28th, and the 29th. Is that when you're going?
I think I'm
when
flying.
you fly to Vegas there.
30th. Actually, it's the 30th. I'm flying, so I. Did you call me Herb?
I just had to after that last conversation.
Okay, sorry. When are you flying out?
The 30th.
Okay, so you're fine.
Yeah, I'll just miss it.
I feel like another busy travel day will be after New Year's as well, right? If people obviously took a New Year's trip.
Yeah.
Christmas
So-
and the least busy travel days. New Year's Eve is actually not a bad time to travel.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, actually on New Year's Eve.
On New Year's
and
Eve.
and the actual days of the holidays. So like if you're traveling on Christmas Eve or Christmas or New Year's Eve, those days are usually pretty quiet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I thought they would have
But
been.
like the really busy days are leading up to
Yeah.
it. But they say the 21st will just be a gong show. So will the 22nd. And then for those coming home on the 28th and the 29th. So I don't know. If you haven't booked your trip yet, maybe book accordingly.
Prepare yourselves.
Maybe just offset yourself from one of those days.
Yeah.
You excited about Vegas there, Loopster?
I'm super pumped about Vegas.
Yeah, are you going to play some hot slots? Are you going to come back a millionaire with a monocle and a top hat?
I'll spend like $10 on slots or something. I'm not a big gambler.
Yeah, but that's the great thing about Vegas is like you get free drinks. You can go play like the big slots or you can drop. I don't know if they still have them, but years ago I went in like 97. They had the nickel slots.
Oh, right.
Like literally a nickel.
Yep.
And they still bring you free drinks.
Ooh.
Just sit there sucking
there.
back gin and tonics playing the nickel slots. Mind you, they don't come as quick with the free drinks when you're only playing the nickel slots. You want really rapid service, they got to go to the big bucks.
And you get to see the dome.
The sphere,
new sphere, yeah.
Luke's also going to pull a heist while he's down there as well.
Lots of things to do while I'm there.
Loopsters 11, they call it. Can I borrow your top hat for 1 sec?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. I don't have mine here. I just like to give a tip of the old cap to the city of London. And the lights of Victoria Park. I know they had the lighting of the lights last week, but we drove by with the girls last night. It just looks awesome.
It always does. I love it.
I love it, and I just have no idea like what goes into that, like setting those lights up.
Yeah.
I get stressed out putting up like 2 strands, for like 24 feet of my house.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let alone like never mind like an entire giant park in downtown.
I remember when I first moved to London, I lived in downtown, and I would like walk to Victoria Park all the time. That was like one of my favorite times to actually take a walk was at nighttime through Victoria Park when the lights were lit. It's just magical.
It's so pretty. And if I may, it looks awesome. Thank you to the city and all the people that put that together. But honorable mention going to the Canada Life building as well, right across the street.
Oh yeah,
it's all they've got like their spotlights on it. So they've got red trim at the top, red trim at the bottom, and then somehow they got like a green spotlight that's illuminated like the middle section of the building.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's really quite nice. Like when you're down there at night. So that combination of the Canada Life building, Victoria Park, it looks, and then Dundas is all lit up. Dundas looks really nice. Richmond looks really nice. It's just, I just wanted to say that. It just made me feel happy last night.
That's nice.
Put me in the mood. Mrs. Jack.
Hey, it's Meghan. Here's what's making news this morning. A temporary ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war has been extended another day, giving Gaza residents one more day of respite from Israel's intense bombardments. The announcement came minutes before the ceasefire was set to expire, with Israel accepting the extension of its condition that Hamas release 10 more hostages. Ottawa has agreed to set a $100 million annual cap on payments Google will be required to make to media companies after the Online News Act takes effect in the new year. The Online News Act compels tech giants to enter into compensation agreements with news publishers for content that generates revenue for companies such as Google by appearing on its sites. Broadcasters in French language and Indigenous news organizations will also join newspapers in being eligible for the deals. And the Middlesex London Health Unit is closing the COVID-19 mass vaccination clinic at the Western Fair District next month. Since opening at the Agriplex in December of 2020, the Western Fair Clinic has administered 235,407 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine. The final day of operation is December 16th, but you will be able to make appointments right up to that date. After the 16th, appointments for COVID vaccines can be made at pharmacies, through the provincial booking portal, or with your healthcare provider. In sports, in the NHL, the Montreal Canadiens defeated the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-2 for their third road win in 4 games. And in the NBA, the Toronto Raptors upset the Phoenix Suns 112-105, ending the Suns' 7-game win streak. Jack weather, sunshine today and a high of 7, but the wind chill will feel like -7 this morning. Tonight, chance of showers or drizzle overnight will drop to about 3. And tomorrow, cloudy. Looks like we will see some rain with a high of 4. Currently, it's -2.
Jack, 102.3. This is Stax, Meghan, and Luke. That's Michael Jackson, black or white. Good morning. 7:08.
I have a bathroom question.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
It's not
What?
gross, okay? I'm just going to preface
It's
it.
7:08. Somebody's about to eat a bagel right now.
It's not gross, I promise you. I had this thought when I was
Were you in the bathroom when you had this thigh?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Do
already-
people still have like bathroom books? Like bathroom books or like a little stack of magazines?
like a little magazine rack?
Yeah. Do people still have that stuff?
I don't know. I think more people got rid of them after there was some like study that came out and said those things are disgusting now because they're all.
Oh, I mean, I didn't even think about it at that point. I thought maybe people would have gotten rid of it because you have your phones now, so you don't ever like turn to like a magazine that's
Like a
sitting in the
small
bathroom.
library.
I'll say there is. I can't speak to books. Rarely go in with the phone.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not true.
Yeah.
But there's no greater joy than going in with like the Canadian Tire flyer. Like that's
That's
like,
how you know you're going to settle in.
Oh yeah, any hardware flyer, a Canadian Tire flyer, like come on.
I was only thinking about this question because as I was in the bathroom the other day or yesterday, I forgot my phone, and I know I normally bring my phone in, and I was just kind of like sitting there, and I'm like, what do I do? Like,
What do I do?
They should have.
Well, you were in for the long haul then.
They should have for like real book lovers and avid readers, like toilet paper printed with like the latest, bestsellers.
I love that. I love that idea.
That's a great
Just sit
idea.
there scrolling through, and then when
Yeah.
you're done chapter 1, there it goes.
Somebody just texted in saying, I have a tablet that lives in the powder room. That's crazy. A tablet specifically just for your bathroom.
Yeah.
I do love that.
You
though.
get like 3 novels read a day.
You ever like go into somebody's bathroom too, and they've got like it's always interesting to see what people have in there, but like with respect to reading material, like a collection of Reader's Digest from like 1978, or like old National Geographics or whatever. I don't know, just
Maclean's magazine.
McLean's. Yeah.
Somebody else just texted in, I have a crossword book. Yeah, just do a little activity.
It's a good time to think. Hey, you ever been in there so long that your leg starts to fall asleep?
Okay.
Jack 102.3, time is ticking if you want to get your mail out.
Yeah, Canada Post put out their deadlines for packages in Canada. And it depends where you're sending it. But, of course, like if you're just doing local deliveries, regular parcels, December 19th is the latest you can put one in the mail to get it there on time.
You sending no cards this year?
I'm not sending no cards, no.
I am.
Is that why you asked for our address the other day?
Yes.
Can't wait. Is it a picture of Daisy?
It's a picture of me and Daisy.
Are you in a matching outfit?
No, we're actually not. I didn't do Christmas.
I just want to know if I should even bother opening it.
If anybody wants my
I'm kidding.
Christmas card for me, I'll send
It's very
one
nice.
to
I'm
you.
joking. I'm just that was a joke.
So that's your deadline.
Okay, December
December
19th.
17th.
If you're going to the U.S., December 12th. So if you have any U.S. relatives.
Okay. That's good to know, actually, because I do.
So,
What else?
so for if you're going like within the province, you've got December 14th is basically if you're just going a regular parcel, and if you're sending one across Canada, you've got December 8th for that.
Okay.
Okay, that's pretty soon, actually, because tomorrow's December.
Time's a ticking. That's
Yeah.
next Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
Just so you know.
Yeah. Good to know. Look out for my Christmas card.
We took that stress right off our table. We're like, we're not sending them out this year.
Why?
Yeah, you're not
Just
doing
didn't want to.
I mean, fair enough.
Just
like,
one
keep
extra
going.
thing to worry about.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like printed out 25, so I'm like trying to find like 25.
We're going to start like a new trend. We're going to start like February cards or something. Just sort of like midwinter. Hey, how's it going?
Hope you're well.
I cannot wait for mine.
It's going to be a picture of me sitting in front of my like, what do they call it? Like the vitamin D light? my sad light.
Hope your seasonal depression is going good.
May this card lift your melatonin levels because it's doing nothing for mine. Jack 102.3 Stax, Meghan and Loop. Megan's got a too lazy to Google here.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Megan's got a too lazy to Google.
I got the answer. We don't need to say it.
Come on.
No.
Come on, let's have some fun with it.
Have some fun. Okay, fine, go.
Megan's got too lazy to Google.
What was the question that I asked again?
You know what the question is you asked.
Do I need
I don't.
yeah.
I just feel like this is shooting fish in a barrel right now.
Do I need stamps to send out my Christmas cards?
Don't really help her with that. Don't really. We just want.
I got the answer. Thank you very much.
We know.
I thought that.
But I feel like you and I'm not trying to like jump on you here. But did you not ask us that last year? Did we not cover that
That was a few years ago now.
last year?
It was a few years ago, but I was sending something like out of province. Like I was sending something like far away.
I'm not going to jump on you too much because I'm going to say this has got to be a generational thing where you're not like mailing a lot of stuff at your age
Barely ever.
and haven't had to.
Yeah.
In fact, like I got, if you think about the stuff that you mail, often it might be something from the government. And they always send you the
Self-addressed envelope.
Yeah, and it's already postage paid.
Yeah.
And you just put your whatever,
Yeah.
your document in and resend it back to them.
Yeah, I just
But yeah,
I thought that you needed a stamp only if you were like sending things like far away or like out of province or something.
Right. How do you
But
think?
in province, you can just send anything. you
Yeah,
want.
that's what I thought. It was like a free thing. Like
Right.
They needed to be.
Okay. Try it. See what happens.
No, I'm good.
See if anybody from Canada Post will deliver that for you. Do I need a stamp to mail stuff?
Only to like close proximities. I thought if it was in like within like an hour or
it's-
two away from you, it's fine.
If it's close proximity, just walk and deliver it by hand. Like, just do it yourself.
I mean, that's a good point.
Like what? That's free.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We love you, Megan Spotswood. 7:35. Jack 102.3 with Stax, Megan, and Loop. Don't forget, coming up past 8 o'clock, we've got the night stuff on the way. We've got a pair of front row blue line seats courtesy of Len's Mill Stores. That is going to be around 8:10 for the home game tomorrow night.
Against the Mississauga Steelheads.
The Steelheads are coming to town. They're
Yes.
fish.
Yes.
Fish. They got like a big, well, I guess it's a steelhead.
Yeah.
What is that, a salmon or a trout?
Looks kind of
Like a
trouty.
trouty,
yeah.
Salmony?
Yeah.
Trouty?
They're going to be swimming upstream against the Knights.
Looks like good eating. The Knights are going to have a feast.
All right, that's enough.
Okay. All righty.
Hey, it's Megan. Here's what's making news this morning. Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend a temporary truce by another day, just minutes before it was set to expire Thursday morning local time. The news came out from Qatar, which has been mediating between the two sides since the war broke out with Hamas's deadly attack on Israel on October 7th. London police have charged a man with arson in connection to a fire in the South End Tuesday. That afternoon, police responded to reports of a man trying to set fire to items in a parking lot outside a building on Wellington Road. After failing to get the fire started, the man fled. Later in the afternoon, emergency services responded to reports of black smoke in the same parking lot. Based on a witness description, police arrested a 29-year-old London man. And Ottawa has agreed to set a $100 million annual cap on payments Google will be required to make to media companies after the Online News Act takes effect in the new year. The Online News Act compels tech giants to enter into compensation agreements with news publishers for content that generates revenue for companies such as Google by appearing on its sites. Broadcasters in French language and Indigenous news organizations would also join newspapers in being eligible for the deals. In sports, in the NHL, the Montreal Canadiens defeated the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-2 for their third road win in 4 games last night. Tonight, the Habs are back in action against the Florida Panthers. Also, the Leafs entertain the Seattle Kraken, the Flames play the Dallas Stars, and the Canucks host the Vegas Golden Knights. And in the NBA, the Toronto Raptors upset the Phoenix Suns 112-105, ending the Suns' 7-game win streak. Jack, weather sunny today at a high of 7, but the wind chill is -7 this morning. Tonight, chance of showers will drop to about 3, and tomorrow we will see some periods of rain starting in the morning with the high of 4. Currently, it's -1.